Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and today I have Shane Moody. You are the president and CEO of the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations on that new title.
Yeah, thank you.
And I have Mr. Nathan Sparks. You are the executive director of the Economic Development Council.
That is correct.
Did I get all that right?
You got it right.
You got it.
All right, so we're all married, but we still have some single friends. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about EDATE.
EDATE.
I joke. Yeah. All right, tell me what EDATE is.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Well, EDATE refers to the Economic Development Ad Valorem Tax Exemption Incentive Program, which by law here in Florida we have the opportunity at the municipal or county level to offer as an incentive to attract new jobs to our community.
Okay, so and that is going to be on our ballot coming up?
August 26th. For the ballot, and interestingly, it's a countywide initiative. The city of Destin has also passed through city council that we're going to try one for the city of Destin.
Excellent.
I believe Fort Walton Beach has done the same thing. So this is something, Amy, that you're very familiar with being our chairman and how many times it's been discussed over the years with our board.
But it's a good thing. We had it in place before, and then it expired in March of this
9th,
year?
yeah, and by law it has to be renewed every 10 years. So Amy, you're correct. The county program has been in existence more or less since the early 80s. And so it expired in March. We haven't had the tool for a couple of months now, which puts us at a competitive disadvantage when we're competing for new jobs.
Right, and it's not just new coming in, it's if someone wants to expand. They have certain criteria that they have to meet, right?
That's correct.
Okay, you want to discuss that, or is it?
Yeah, it's based on number of jobs created and the average wage. And I believe, Nathan, help me out, but I believe the county and both Fort Walton Beach and Destin did 110%.
That's correct.
110% of annual wages for the county. So our goal, in 2010 after the oil spill, our message was if we've learned nothing from this, it's economic diversification needs to take place. That's kind of what this is about. Our partnership since Nathan has come on board with the EDC has been tremendous. I mean, it's nice to have conversations and everyone be on the same page. And for the first time, I've been here 11 years, and for the first time in the 11 years, we've got the 7 major economic development and community development organizations on board with this. Mm-hmm. And our board passed a resolution mid-year last year, and we made sure Nathan got a copy of that. Mm-hmm. So everybody's on board, and it's a way for us to really expand what we offer job-wise here.
Okay, and what are the taxes that a qualifying business would not have to pay? Is it everything?
Well, one key point of this is that when we talk about the tax exemption for companies creating new jobs, it's important to note that their current tax liability, if they're an existing business, won't change. They'll still be paying taxes, and that's a little bit of misinformation that some have said before. As you're taking money away from the existing tax rolls. Well, that's not the case. Okay. This is for an expansion of a building or a purchase of a new building, and it's obviously tied to the jobs that are created as a result of that new investment.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's create jobs, bring people in, diversify, which is all a good thing, I think, right?
Right, that's what our message is in our marketing over the next 60 days. Is this is about job creation, high skill, high wage, and people will come back and say, yeah, but they're not paying ad valorem taxes. Well, that's just on the business. When you create jobs, people move in, they buy houses, real estate market goes up. They shop locally, sales tax goes up. They buy gas tax goes up. So the cumulative effect on top of the ad valorem tax that you're relieving the business of is there's not even a multiplier for it because the number's so great.
Okay.
And another key point with this too, excellent point, Shane, another key point is that this is a temporary incentive. The municipalities, if they get the authority from the electorate, the county, they have the option to grant the incentive for up to 10 years.
So they don't have to grant it for the entire 10 years.
Right.
Let's say somebody comes in and they're going to create all these jobs at a certain level, and they get the exemption, and then they pull a fast one, and they don't create the jobs, or they don't have the wages that they said they were going to have. What happens then?
Well, there's obviously an annual accounting, and in most of these projects, the state is involved through the Department of Economic Opportunity. And oftentimes, another key point of this is it's used to leverage state incentives. Gotcha. State incentives often require a local match. And this is how our county historically has participated with the local match, is to provide the tax incentive in the form of the exemption. So if we find, to your question, if we find that there is a situation where a company doesn't create the jobs that they committed, then the county has the ability to remove that exemption and place that business back to a point where they're fully taxed.
Okay, and that's fair.
No, it's very fair. If you say you're going to do something to get the incentives, you should be held to that.
Exactly. And I think that would make the average citizens think, all right, it's not like somebody can come in and embellish a little bit and get this great tax incentive for 10 years and there's no accountability.
True.
And for the local business owners, it's awesome because who doesn't want more customers?
Sure.
And more jobs with higher wages create more customers with more money to spend. And so it's a win-win-win-win-win, I guess, for everybody.
How many wins was that?
I don't know, 4 or 5.
Counted 4.
And there's a lot more than just 4 out there. So.
And it hasn't been used that much in the past, has it?
No, it's been used very judiciously, very selectively. The County Commission, I believe, has been a good steward of the tool. And recognizing our municipalities haven't had the tool previously, this would be their first effort to have such a program. But yeah, the county in the past 10 years has only used it on 5 occasions.
Wow.
And one of the great things too is that it's a county-wide initiative, but it will also be a City of Destin initiative when this passes. So any vacation or any tourist who's here right now watching this on television who's thinking about relocating their business here can actually locate into the City of Destin, get the city's incentives, the county's incentives, as well as the state incentives. So there's a triple hit right there for them. So
plus they get to be located in
Plus they get to live in paradise and their employees are very happy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All good things. I can't think of a downside for it. Can you? I mean, just being honest, I like to do pros and cons, and I can't really think of a con for it.
I can't think of one.
I can't either. We've heard a lot of positive comments. Yes, we need this. Being the new guy in my seat, as I've made my way around the community, the number one word that I've heard, Shane hit it hard, diversification.
Yes,
and this is
definitely
a diversification tool, and we know how competitive it is out there right now. It's increasingly competitive because of where we've been from a recession standpoint. States and regions and counties are throwing big dollars at businesses to get them to come and create jobs.
Sure.
We have to have a level playing field.
And if we don't pass it this time, then other states that have it, other communities around us that have it, will have an advantage over us.
Absolutely, and I can tell you that this isn't about Destin competing with Walton County or Fort Walton Beach or Milton or Pensacola. This is about Okaloosa County competing with Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, South Carolina, all of our neighboring states. Just this morning, I saw where Governor Nikki Haley in South Carolina is traveling to the Rock Hill, Fort Mill area to announce 6,500 new jobs in that area in the exact markets, target industries that we're looking for here in financial and healthcare sectors of the market out there.
Hopefully we can do that. All right, I have gone a little bit over, but that was important. I'm going to go straight into upcoming events. This Thursday, June 26th, Business After Hours is sponsored by 4 Points by Sheridan, Destin Fort Walton Beach on Okaloosa Island, $5 per member fee. Tuesday, July 15th, Leaders in Business Lunch, 11:30 to 1 p.m. Chamber's Great American Cookout, sponsored by Florida's First Bank. The location is at our very own Destin Area Chamber of Commerce office. Saturday, August 16th, the 3rd annual Paddle at the Porch in partnership with Boat Boards and the Back Porch. This year's event features a $5,000 cash purse courtesy of Destin Commons, and sponsorships are still available for that. The Destin Chamber is currently accepting applications for the 2014-2015 Destin Forward class. Call the Chamber for details or visit online at destinchamber.com. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.